So, where we left off, people are specifying their downtime. Most of you have done so. With the exception of... Oh. Oh, that's concerning, but that's a future me problem.
Yay, double scribe.
It's never good when they both join. Alright, so... Nia.
What?
You needed to specify your downtime.
She's researching stuff
Alright.
and training. That's it.
Kevin, did you want to pay for the materials for Sabo to make the stuff, or did you want to just get it made for Connor in town?
It depends on how much free time Sabo has for the week. So, Sabo, just so you're aware, I'm trying to. Connor has elected to stay with Kevin slash the group of us for now. So I'm trying to get him a little bit of gear to make him not immediately die at the first sign of danger. If you have time to help make some of that, that would be excellent. If not, I'll just buy it. I just don't know what your downtime activities look like.
Depends on where and when in general, because you said for the week, but I think we're taking, from what I understand, we're going to be taking a lot more than 1 week. Should be able to have time.
Okay. Then, yeah, James, I will just get the materials that I would need.
Alright.
His gear is also not of super urgent priority,
Yep.
so
He wants heavy armor, a mace, and a shield. Large shield, that is.
Heavy armor mage. And then?
I don't know that he. Yeah, what does Connor have a class yet?
No, he's got a couple general feats.
Oh, I
That's
thought he was a wizard. He won some kind of
No.
magic competition
yes,
in the
but
academy.
not with class levels yet.
Uh-huh. Okay.
And then, other question for you, Sabo, slash the rest of the group. Did any of you guys have plans for the dragon bones stuff that we acquired?
Plans?
Not
No.
specifically. Not specifically, no. It's more of a let's pick this up and I'm sure we'll find a use for it later.
That's fair. Because Kevin wants a new shield as well, and that would be a cool material to have it out of, I think, but not dead set on that if we have other intentions. It also wouldn't take the full amount either, so he'd still have leftovers.
I wrote it down. We gathered up 7 bulk worth of bones and teeth.
So with Dragon Bone, it can be used to make a shield, though the resistance it grants is one category lower. The notable thing with Dragon Bone, though, is it's very good for arrows.
I had plans for the Dragon Bone. Sorry.
Mm. I mean,
Okay, fair enough.
yeah, I would too.
I mean, one category lower than what, the resistance? Than Dragon Scale?
Yes.
Okay.
Got it.
And will this give any resistance at all? The both?
Here. Would grant 10 points of fire damage absorption. Sorry, damage resistance.
How much would it? Okay, I guess I need to open the mechanism, but I don't know if it's updated for bulk. Kevin probably wants the massive shield.
Yeah, no, it would be the massive sea, the shield, so. I'm okay if I don't get that. I would just like a new shield that's not literally
I
a
just-
door.
Okay, well maybe get some other material.
When I was doing the my item creation process, James basically said that one bulk is roughly worth about 4 pounds equivocally.
Okay, so
Kevin's shield is 5 bulk. It would take the majority of that dragon bone. But
yeah,
if Sabo wants arrows, then just make arrows.
yeah.
I think
let's
the
make
arrows are
arrow.
far more
Fine.
worth it since they deal an additional 5 fire damage. Sorry, no, I think that's an additional 10 fire damage. Yeah, adult 10 fire damage per arrow.
We'll be making arrows, and we'll let Kevin pick a material for the shield.
Fair enough.
Alright. So, during this time, Sabo. You hear a little voice in the back of your head. Hello, can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, who's that? What?
Hi. Can you meet me
Hi.
out in the woods?
Uh, how do I know it's safe? For you?
Good question. How can I prove to you that it's safe? Let me think for a minute. How can I prove that it's safe to you? Is there anything I can do?
I don't know. Tell me. Hmm.
Oh my god, this fucker's name.
I can't wait.
Yeah. Please tell me your name and what it's about.
Well, what it's about is I want to make a bit of a deal with you. Okay. Let's see if I can even attempt to pronounce this. Melizina throw rock azul Krulakel Shada no Frunzano.
James, I got a question. Why do you do this to yourself?
I don't. Well, I do because I set the guidelines for the name creation system, but I. But you can call me Melees for short.
Okay, melees. Will you be alone?
Yes,
And what's this deal about?
I need your help, and I'm going to offer to pay you.
Alright, when and where?
Right now, Northwoods.
More specifically, when on Northwoods?
Uh, um. Ow, 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 ow. Where the tree's fallen over.
Right, well, I guess I'm going to tell Kevin that if I'm not back in a few hours to find me in the North Woods, and I'm going to stealth over there, trying to make sure it's safe, and finding the tree and making sure that the person's alone.
Well, the person is certainly alone, though they look like this. They're kind of just playing with their little staff thing, which looks like some sort of separate sentient creature. And they're kind of just carving it into a tree while they're waiting. Every now and then they glance over their shoulders to try and spot something. Like, glancing over their shoulder back towards where you would normally be coming from to try and spot you.
I mean, I'm not racist. I don't see a problem with talking to this person.
So do you make yourself visible? Also, your minimum
Yeah.
roll would be higher than their perception. I'm not even bothering to get you to roll for that.
Yeah, I'll make myself visible, but I'll
Oh,
be on
hi!
guard. Hello there.
He looks to be about 4.5 feet tall. So it's time to introduce myself. I am the Demon King of Ruin.
Demon King of Ruin.
Yes,
Okay.
and I need
Nice to
your
meet
help.
you. To ruin something?
Kinda. See that town over there?
That sounds reasonable. Mm-hmm.
I'm going to bring about its destruction in about 2 centuries or so.
The town where I just came from.
Yep.
Okay. And which town is that? Is that the town we saved?
Yep.
You send the gnolls.
No. I know the guy who sent the gnolls, though. I can introduce you.
No, thank you. Why do? What's your beef with the town anyway?
Oh, I've got no beef. It's just like a proving ground.
Uh-huh. Okay. I mean,
Think about it this way. Everyone who you know and like in that town will be dead in 2 centuries. So it's not like you'll be hurting anyone you know or care about.
well, on one hand, I'm contemplating the process of bringing about its ruin in 2 centuries. On the other hand, I don't really care about hurting them. It's just that the town's quite useful. And I imagine for the next...
Oh, we can still let it be useful. We can have the people who follow me now just do whatever you want them to do. Just in the intermediate time, before it gets destroyed and all, you can put me in charge, like a shadow lord lady person who rules from the shadows.
Uh-huh. Okay, sounds fun.
Really?
But you... Eh?
You're kind of agreeing before I even got the payment.
Well,
I mean, yay! I assume you still want payment though, right?
mm, yeah.
Yeah, thought so. Right, I got a box of rings that I stole from my mum.
Your mom gonna come looking for them.
No.
Mm,
Listen, as far as she knows, I pawned them off with someone else.
which is what you're doing,
Uh-huh.
but maybe not a great idea to tell me that you stole them from your mom. But I guess...
I'll point her in a different direction.
Okay.
Okay, so. How's this gonna work?
Hmm. You want me to tell you how it's gonna work? You...
Hey, I'm brand new to this. You're an
Right.
adventurer, so you've got experience.
Yes. So did you inherit the position? The Demon King of Ruin thing?
I claimed it.
You claimed
It's
it.
my birthright.
Your birthright. And what's above the previous Demon King of Ruin? I'm just wondering.
Not sure if there is one. Probably is. Doesn't sound too complicated.
Okay, so are you... Will the other Demon King of Ruin be upset that you're being a Demon King of Ruin in this town? Or...
Well, current one. Probably not, no. You won't care about this town, I don't think.
And is he the one who sent the gnolls?
Oh no.
So tell me, what happened with the gnolls thing? So,
Oh, so one of the
Seems-
people from that town made a deal with a demon
uh-huh.
for an army. Just so happened that that army killed the guy. He didn't ask for an army that he could control. That's on him. Anyway, my classmate sent the gnolls. Yeah. Oh, and at some point the totem got destroyed, so we could stop being able to send them. I had to travel such a long way to get here. I had to jump bodies like 9 times. Yeah, there's
Alright.
7 of us in our class.
You got a demon school? Or is it a demon lord school?
Not sure if I should say. Ah, what the hell? It's not exactly a school per se, it's more like 2 teachers. Anyway, they picked the
Oh.
7 of us from titled families and said they could make the best of us, and here I am, showing off what I can do.
Okay, so they're creating a new set of demon lords?
They didn't exactly give us the title Demon Lord, but I picked it myself. I like it.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Might be a little
Okay.
early to start using it, but I think it fits.
Just how ruined do you want this town to be in 200 years?
It's not so much that it's got to be ruined, it's just got to be, like, falling apart. People leaving, fleeing, and terror and concern and all that sort of thing.
Oh,
What do you think? Can you help me?
yeah.
Heck yeah!
Can I? So he's not. Can I kind of? I guess I can't really estimate how strong he is. There's no way for me to do that.
Either the guy is pulling your leg that he couldn't notice you, or he is the child equivalent of a demon.
Does the town have a mayor?
Not exactly. They've got a de facto council. It's not really any sort of official council, but it's just a group of people that pretty much run the entire thing.
And before the whole thing shifted, what was the town part of, Anexalia?
They were from Eastern Anexalia. Though it was the northeast, so they didn't really have much to do with the country as a whole.
I'm just wondering. Well, let's take a look at those rings. I That might be useful.
See him cast an illusion spell to create an illusionary box. As the box opens, he starts pointing at 4 different rings inside. Well, this one's going to be able to teleport ya. This one's going to be able to heal. Basically, takes life, gives life, that sort of thing. This one reflects spells. And what was the 4th one? And this one shrouds you, hides you from magic, and that sort of thing. Of course, this is just an illusion as he waves his hand through the box.
Yeah. I get it. So we'll do that. Well, it's gonna be a bit of an issue. There is one of the, feathery winged ones in the town. So stating you as the Shadow Council might be not
That's
really
okay.
doable.
We could just break his wings
immediately.
and drop him in the ocean. Though if he can swim, we might have to break his arms and legs.
Mhm.
Oh, what the hell, we'll do that too.
Might need to get a little stronger to break his legs and wings and arms.
Just jump him. While he's sleeping.
Well, at that point, aren't you just... Why not just murder the whole town and be done with it? If that's your plan. I thought you wanted to terrorize and ruin them instead of
I got to,
killing.
otherwise I fail.
You got to terrorize and ruin them within 200 years.
Mm-hmm.
That's very doable. We don't need to jump him. First, we're going to make that town important. We're going to make it notable. And we're going to find somebody who really doesn't like that. and then they can do it for us.
Strange way to go about it, but okay.
Well, that way, there's no way we're gonna get found out, is there? We're just helping the town.
Hmm.
My plans are about as follows. The next few years, we're going to be going back and forth from here to here and back while we build a new ship. Well, I build a new ship, I guess, and I can work on the network in this town, which we together will be able to use to have the inside scoop and think of a way to increase the value of the town without increasing its strength. When our new ship is done, we'll have the ability to travel around the world and spread some information about this place and get a bunch of people interested in taking control of it, and then we'll gonna fight over it and gonna eventually ruin it, and somebody's going to say, if I can't have it, no one can. I'm just gonna explode the town.
I stopped paying attention. What'd you say?
Well, if you're happy with the plan, we can get on with it.
Okay. Guy turns his back and begins walking away.
What about the rings?
What about the rings? Oh, you want me to pay you first? Once I know
It's an
that
awful
there's
lot
good
of work.
Once I know that there's good progress being made, I'll give you the rings.
Okay.
I'll pop back in a year's time. Might be 2. It's a long trip. 1 to 2 years.
Okay. That works.
Okay. Bye-bye. He turns and begins walking away
See ya.
again.
What was his name again? The short version was fine.
Melis.
Melis.
Alright. So, Novarius, you're researching the library. What topic are you researching?
Right now, what he's actually searching for is, in the attempt to actually help the alchemist with the alchemical imbuement ritual, he's looking for means to actually to confine that, even if it's a short-term process, like a short-term buff, to actually binding that to an actual alchemical reagent instead, something you can actually drink. So he's looking through the process of just knowing, with his knowledge of alchemy as a whole, using it as binding some sort of binding reagent to some sort of salt of some kind, so you can actually drink it and take it into your body, even if it's something that's short term. That's the topic that he's looking for. Methods of trying to accomplish that.
All right. That'll be an arcane research check. Although if you've got an applicable law, you can apply that.
Whoops, I was holding on the wrong button. I don't see anything then there that's magical research, so I'm assuming that's just a raw arcana check.
Yep.
I will re-roll that. Yeah, a little bit better.
All right. In that case, we can move to the end of a week, though I'm fairly sure you guys are going to be staying for longer from the ship development. So after that first week, what would everyone like to be doing?
Kevin is going to start working on some feet training.
Alright, Nia.
What? What?
Leuven would like to know if you wanted to take him up on the thing that he's been offering you every now and then, on actually becoming his full apprentice.
Yeah, sure. She is interested.
That would involve being retrained as a wizard.
Do we have much need for a melee character nowadays? From party perspective, in Nia's POV?
I mean, I would argue no.
And yeah,
On the
sure.
other hand, we already have wizards.
Yes, that's true.
You can never have too many
Melee.
wizards.
Melee
There's
is
also build
literally why
variety.
you have Kevin.
Yeah, sure. I think she'd take him up on that. Though she would probably check in with Novarius every now and again too, since he's got information to offer her.
I see, going to your master's master.
Oh, they're both living books as far as she's concerned. Has Leuven been helping me with research, by the way?
Yes, as long as you're helping him with his.
Sure. What's a topic of his?
Constructing a brand new type of undeath.
Sure. He is interested in that. And she would like to help him anyway.
Alright. So what's everyone's plan, and how long are you taking this time? Or is it dependent on how long it takes for the ship to be designed?
Do I have to? So, do I need to stay in one place for the ship design?
Not necessarily, as long as you've got the design documents with you. You can go wherever you want, as long as you've got the free time to work on it.
Yeah, so my plan was especially while I don't have to stay in one place, to keep going between the two towns and making money to actually build the ship as well. Not staying in the town here,
Alright.
but
Who are you getting to navigate
where-
the ship?
Like while we're traveling to and from the towns.
Yes.
That can be me.
there we go.
Alright,
Thank
is
you,
anyone
Kevin.
else going who can navigate?
I mean,
Enough
I can
on going in
navigate
that
if I
one.
have to.
Am I going in that one?
I can always do the nautical law obsession and just navigate as well.
Alright. Neo, you don't... Leuven's looking to be based in that town because it's easier for the research.
Is that okay with the party for a little bit?
It looks like
far away
Navaris
the
is
other
also
town?
staying there. It's
Then
about...
sure.
How far
let's
away is
go.
the other town? In terms of miles, how far away is it?
Let me take a look. $2,400-ish.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that was that far away. Okay.
It's
I'm
quite a
assuming
trip
this
up and
library
downstream.
this library has a lot more in terms of resources than the other town. Yeah.
Is it the Celestial town or the Asimar town?
This is the Asimar town. The Celestial town
Why are we
had
staying
more
here and not the Celestial
resources.
town? Then why not we not staying there?
Oh, if the other town has more resources in terms of like the library, then he would go with there.
Yeah, why is Leuven staying here and not there, James?
He would rather work with less resources but a safer environment than more resources but a far more dangerous environment.
Yeah, sure. Nia's fine with it. As long as she's okay, if he's okay with her taking trips into there now every now and again. It's not going to be too frequent, but she might sometimes need to go there.
Alright. So Nilvaris, who are going to be based in the Celestial one?
Whatever town had more resources in terms of the library.
Yep. Okay. Sabo.
Hmm?
Seeing as it's just you and Kevin most of the time, are you guys being more careful with the ship?
Probably.
Half
I mean,
speed if we have to be careful.
Yep.
I mean, I'm assuming that Yesla and Connor are both with us on the ship as well.
Yes.
With Yesla there, how careful do we really need to be?
Careful enough to keep Connor alive.
Yeah, pretty much.
Moment.
Is there like a more safe part of the journey and a more dangerous part of the journey?
It's safer along the shorelines, but it's far more well, it basically changes the type of danger that you encounter. It's difficult to know if it's overall safer, but the shorelines usually seem safer than out at sea. When you're out at sea, it's a lot more difficult to actually get away from whatever's coming after you.
No, I'm just trying to see if there's like a balance to strike where while we're like in the narrow part, there doesn't seem to be much danger, so we can go quick, and then you know what I mean.
If I was trying to do that, I'd probably go regular speed or even fast speed. No, just regular because of the shifting odds. Regular speed in the shore area, and then whenever I'm in the ocean area, I'd be traveling at a slow speed. So that would be about one third of a trip at regular speed, 2/3 at slow speed.
At that point, we might as well go slow. It's most of the trip slow anyway.
Careful it is.
All right. Is there anything anyone else is doing just while I'm calculating this stuff?
Just continuing my research.
How long are we gonna skip now in this block?
That is a good question. How long is everyone looking at? Or is it based on how long it takes for you to construct a ship? Or
From my
design a
point
ship,
of
I should
view,
say.
well, and construct.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Basing the ship.
Because there's no point taking, unless we have to go pick something up, there's no point taking the ship anywhere else. As long as everything we can get to make the flying ship is available here. Because the flying ship is definitely going to be a more efficient way of getting around.
Yep. Nia has no plans on abandoning the group. Which there's if we're just gonna wait for a better ship, then it's better to wait for a better ship.
Alright. Sabo, can I get a long-term craft or arcane check from you? Craft having the lower DC.
Okay. Does my investigation apply since it's the long-term thing I'm working on?
How does your investigation thing work?
So when I find the clue, I can designate an investigation to whatever it is that I am. I can have 2 investigations going, and I get the +2 circumstance bonus on pretty much anything to do with them.
Yep, that would apply.
And guess I'll use lucky tools to try and get higher. Oh, got exactly the same. Oh, it got higher. The first check is a 40 on the crafting.
All right.
So my question is, how is this check working? Like, is this something that we should dump inspirations or stuff at to make the better ship, or?
So you could make this check as a daily check, a weekly check, a monthly, or a yearly check. Given the circumstance, I'd probably recommend yearly. The higher it is, the faster he's going to be able to figure out how to actually construct such a thing.
Got it.
So we can do a +5 on this in the yearly check. I'll do
Yep.
that.
All right. Partial success. You're going to need a substantial amount of arcanum for this. Probably at least £1,000.
And do I know what Arcanum is and how to make it?
You're not sure how to make it, but you have.
Does anyone in my party know, like an Elvirus or a Lupin?
Pretty sure
Leuven
Nilvarius
hasn't
would
heard of the
would-
material. Nilvarius? Let me see. By the time the shifting occurred, that technology hadn't made it to your region of the world.
Oh, okay. Okay, that has to do with that. Okay, understood.
That being said, the Celestial Town does know a bit about it.
So maybe because we're separated, I did take the sending spell when I leveled up, so it would be reasonable that as I can cast sending every once in a while to actually like keep tabs with with party members, what's going on, and allows I can send a message of 25 words and then a person can send back another message of 25 words.
Yep.
So it would be if you wanted to actually reply back during like the weekly or daily or whatever you consider it as like communicate going back and forth. So if you asked me during the meantime, I can take that opportunity to actually learn about it. Do you guys ever commute back and forth, or are you just staying down in the other
They're
town?
commuting back and forth
Or-
nearly constantly once the ships have finished refilling with
Yep.
gear.
And if Novarez, if you want to help,
I was
I
because
would.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm just gonna say, if you want to assist with this, I would ask you to work on the arcane, on figuring out the Arcanum part while I go back to everything else. But
Only reason why I was looking it up, and that there is a shit called Shells of Sending, which allow like it only allows once per day. Never mind, it's not constant use. It's not basically a walkie-talkie. Never mind. Yeah, I can still go and spend some time, because if we're spending literally a year in terms of downtime, I'm sure that's plenty of
we're
time
gonna be
to do
spending
this.
multiple years on here on this task.
Okay, well then regardless, there is a plentiful amount of time for me to both look into, the alchemical imbuement, making it making it safe, and also looking up this arcanum substance. I also can help with the crafting check as well. That's because I also have like plus 26 to craft.
How is Novarez better at crafting than me? Fucking hell.
I think it's just because he's slightly higher level.
I'm level 12, but but I also have plus 9 int.
And
Plus
Paladin's a
9
crafting
int.
skill, and he has higher levels, so I don't think your
The
proficiency is
magic item.
compensating.
Yep.
Can I have a plus 3 int magic item?
I don't. It's not a plus 3 int. I went all in on my intelligence,
Um,
and yeah.
Don't you have a +2 int item?
I have a plus 1 con, plus 1 int item.
then you can't have plus 9. On level 12, the limit is plus 7.
I thought when you boost, I can go up because I
Ah,
have
right.
my racial. Yeah,
Oh,
'cause-
that's with the racial. That's with the racial.
yeah, that's with racial.
Because
Yeah.
no, with the racial it's plus 7. Because for me, with the racial on level 11, it's plus 6.
Then I am confused because I wrote everything down in here. Let me go double check because I have plus 9. Well, I have 1 from item, which would still popped it up to plus 8. How to get that extra boost? Hold on.
Alright, well, you're looking for that.
Yeah, let me look that up. I don't know why that's the case. Give me a second.
Sabo.
Yep.
And Kevin, can each of you roll me 13d10? Oh no, sorry, 13d10 divided amongst you, so will that be one of you
Oh,
rolling
we'll
7,
just
one
do
of you
2
rolling...
years.
Okay.
I got a 1. Kevin got a 10 and a 1.
Alright. Can one of you roll the 1s and the other one roll the 10s?
I'll do the 1s. We're safe. Ah, so close.
Alright. So, 1,476 XP from the first one. That was a group of small pirates. And their horde. Not a massive horde, but still. Items amounting to 1,300 gold. And then a coin amount of... Where is that? Which tab's that on?
How much gold, sorry, did you say?
Items worth 1,300.
1,330.
I'll just split it.
And coins worth 940. And a 6-person vessel. Quite a tiny ship compared to yours.
If we tow it
Better than a
to
rowboat, though.
if we tow it to one of the cities, can we sell it?
Yep, you can sell it. It's probably worth about 3 or 4,000 gold.
Tell us how much we sell it for, please.
Okay.
Yeah, we probably just
T-Rain.
tow it to whichever town we're on our way to.
It's 3,900 gold.
And so are we just splitting this between the
Yeah.
two of us? Okay.
The second one was Razorfish. They were scratching at and attacking your ship. Among the people, that is... $2,056 XP. Each.
And daily XP on the ship.
Yep, daily XP on a ship is 3 XP a day. And because this is 2 years of 13 months of travel, that'd be an additional 1,950 XP each.
From the 2 years.
Yep. Give me a second to finish putting that on corner ship. Sorry, what was that?
What was that number again for that XP?
1,950.
Thank
Okay, it's applied to Connor and Yesla. One of them needed a lot more than the other.
you. Can't imagine why.
Connor can get levels now.
What are you going to do about Connor's choosing, Kevin?
Ooh.
Because that will be occurring in this time period.
Where in the time period? Just so I know, like, where we're near.
It'd be during the time that you're at the Celestial City, and it is the 9th trip there, so start of second year.
Okay. So on the 8th trip there, I would like start planning for it with the mayor of that celestial town. Just like something that I want to make a big deal out of because it's supposed to be a big deal.
Yep. They tell you when the choosing ceremony is going to be happening.
Okay. And I will make sure that we are in attendance for that.
Alright. Are you going to be stepping forward as someone to choose Connor?
Yes.
This would be the perfect time for Connor to choose someone else.
Yes, it would be.
Alright.
Sorry, quick question as I'm trying to figure out what I apparently I did wrong, which probably had to do with when I converted it from Path Builder to to Foundry. What's the highest you can get with just base, not including any other bonuses for a stat?
3 plus 1/4 of your level, rounded down if it's an odd number.
Oh, okay. So no, so all right.
That the modifier, by the way.
That's the absolute. That's the absolute most you can pump into it.
That's the stat cap, yeah.
Yep. So you should be able to get 6 without any modifiers.
Yep.
As of that level.
Okay, so that's still if it's maximum I can get is like 6 at that level. That means 1 from ancestry makes it 7. 1 from ancestry can make that 7. 1 from background makes that 8, and then 1 from admin makes that 9.
Background doesn't increase
And-
the stat cap,
oh.
it just gives you
It
a
doesn't.
stat. No.
Okay.
The only thing that increases stat cap is the race. Though your item would also increase it beyond that.
Okay, so I'm actually at +8, so I have an extra boost I can throw into something else then.
Yep.
Okay, you stand corrected. Thank you.
Any chance for our bonus XP for last month?
Not yet.
I was gonna say that would be incredibly useful for 2 years of downtime.
Yes. There's a chance that I might get level 12.
There's a chance I might get back to level 9.
You might get back to level 9, but you're not going to be staying there.
Well,
That requires hit
planning to
points, and you
die.
don't keep those.
that's not true. I keep enough of them most of the time.
We should test that theory by going back to the Gate of the Hells and throwing you in them.
No, I promise never to go back there.
And yet, we all know that's not gonna be a promise you keep.
If I have anything to say about it, it is.
Alright.
A positive event?
Yep, just give me 2 seconds. Oh yeah, the second one was a merchant ship encounter. From the northeast.
Do they have one? Do they have 1,000 pounds of arcanum?
They have 300 pounds.
Whoa.
What
But do
kind
they
of
want?
Oh, yeah, go ahead, Sam.
How much do they want for it?
Give me a second, I just accidentally closed the tab. Alright. They are selling each pound of arcanum for 384 gold.
No, that's just a casual 115,000.
Well, so
Do they
they're
offer bulk discounts?
yeah. So this ship is it's a big ship.
Not as big as yours, about half the size. But yes, it's considered quite a large ship.
Is it armed?
Yes. Though, in the grand scheme of things, not really. It's only got 2 ballistas, no cannons. There doesn't seem to be anyone with guns aboard.
We're not sinking the
taking the
ship? But that's what we were taught. You take the ship.
That's wrong. We're not doing that.
But we don't have the money to buy that arcanum of them. It's too much.
James, how much do we have in the treasury at this point in time?
Like a third of that all up, I think?
Okay.
No, half of that all up.
I was gonna say we're not poor exactly.
You're not poor, just arcanum's expensive.
Yeah.
And do they have a map?
Yes. They'll sell it to you for 2,000 gold. Though T-Rain's able to get that down to 600.
We will definitely buy the map.
Alright. They've explored a good portion to the northeast. There's 11 towns marked on it. Well, 11 towns / city. They don't distinguish between them on the map.
What do we do? Idiot. Kevin doesn't want to kill them, does he?
No.
Just steal the stuff.
Pretty please?
You
No.
can work out a trade. You could do the human route and actually is to trying to trade for it or maybe do something for them. Like that is always an option. You don't have to.
Yes.
Murder isn't always the first go-to thing to do.
Do something for them.
It is with
Murder.
Sabo.
Okay, do they want to trade? Or maybe even so, we want.
And
What do you have to
just
trade?
clarify things. Just to clarify, Sabo, Yesla, and Connor are not up for trade.
Okay.
We would like to sell you one child, please.
How much they want for a Kevin? It comes with free shield.
So, what do you have that you're willing to trade them?
Nothing really, that's the problem.
You should offer them the ship you're on.
You could try
By the
getting
time
rid of the
you're
soul
done
coins that
building
you
a new
guys
one.
have. Well, their ship's actually slightly higher quality than yours. It's smaller though, so less space.
Also, Kevin would make you disarm all the traps if you tried to do that.
No.
You couldn't just give them the ship, let it kill them, and then get it back. He wouldn't let you.
No fun with Kevin on board. No, we can't really. Let's will they tell me where they got the Arcanum? Also, is
Let
that
me
price
check
with
the trade
T-Rain's
logs.
discount?
That is with T-Rains.
I just love that there's not a soul in this party that decides to pronounce his name correctly anymore besides me.
I don't even know what his name is.
Okay, they had 120 pounds of it before the shifting. They bought 180 pounds of it after the shifting from, and they point out a town on the map. It is almost 2 years away.
Would it be useful to me to buy like a quarter of the Arcanum I need? Or maybe
Every little bit is going to get you a little bit closer.
yeah.
I mean, we can definitely afford 100 pounds of it.
Yeah, let's get 100 pounds so I can start working on things. Start working on components. and then we'll take it from there.
And then I want to know what kind of materials they have that would be good shield making materials.
Redstone.
How much for enough of that? It's 5 bulk for a fortress shield, but I'd probably get enough for 2 just in case. Depending on the price.
Okay, so for 1 redstone shield, it's going to cost you 3,360. So you'd need to double that for 2. And that's assuming it's made without any failures. If someone fails, then that's going to reduce the remaining materials. Though considering it's Sabo crafting this stuff.
Yeah. You said, oh, what was the total?
3,360 for 1.
Okay, and then...
Terrain makes my life so much easier.
Yeah, right. And then, what kind of materials that they have that would make good armor?
Basically nothing.
Copy that.
Arcanum's the best material that they've got for that sort of thing, but yeah.
But yeah, not great for what I'm trying to do with it.
You should rob them.
I already told Sabo no.
Oh yeah, but you're wrong. Sabo, you should rob them.
If Navarius was with you, he would also say, no, 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 that's not acceptable.
Guess what? He's not. Sabo, you should rob them.
I know exactly.
Fucking Celestials, I swear.
Do it.
Yeah, I'll pay for 10 bulk or 2 shields worth.
Also, the fuck you mean celestial, James? I'm fairly sure historically, in any ages where this sort of sailing was a thing without like super like a shit ton of regulations, people in this situation would end up resulting to robbery because that's, you know, greed and human nature. We gotta get ourselves the fucking fly ship, dude. I don't even know why. I'm just assuming we have to. Why are we getting a flying ship again?
Leuven needs a
Is it
much
just because we
bigger
want
ship
to?
for like his ritual and stuff, and then we also can just make it flying at the same time. So why not?
Oh, fair enough.
Because I put that in
Carry on.
Sabo's ear that maybe we should. Maybe he would be interested in engineering that nonsense.
Understandable. Carry on.
I mean, I also have to go to the moon, so
True. That is something we have to do, apparently.
might as well start making the flying ship now.
Alright. So that was everything to do with that ship. Oh my god, poor terrain. Alright. So from there... Novarius.
Yeah.
Can I get another long-term check, please?
Sure.
Sabo, can I get another one from you too, please?
God damn. I'm gonna re-roll that. There.
Sabo, are you +5ing that as well?
Yeah.
I was gonna say if you don't, I was going to, but I think
can do
have
next one.
I was gonna say I think you have significantly more inspirations than I do, but I'm still gonna participate.
Okay. So for the structural support of ships and cells for the actual, what is it called? Levitation engine, you're going to need about 800 pounds times 8 of adamantine. You could technically get away with only having a single core, but that would limit you to about 2 hours of flight a day. Each one pretty much doubles how long you can actually fly for. You could bare minimum 4. But I personally just wouldn't risk it. If you lose one, you're out of the sky. 8 is a nice redundancy number. In addition, you're going to need about 3,200 pounds of redstone, or 800 pounds of redstone per floor. This is mostly for wiring. Okay, that's what you've got from your 3 partial successes so far. Milvarius, you've got your first partial success. Sorry, 2 partial successes now. You were close the first time, just pushed you over. Okay, you're looking to make a binding agent for a potion. Okay, so for the binding agent for the potion, it'd make it temporarily lasting 8 hours. And you'd need cryonite, which is a mixed material.
Okay. That's the first step.
It's crystal from the abyss, cannot be produced in large chunks. It'd be able to act as a binding agent, though that being said, it would make the process of actually doing... So the augmentation that he's currently got, it's very intrusive, but it is permanent, albeit quite risky. Doing it on such a temporary basis, each dose of it would cost roughly about 2,800 gold per dose for a relatively short-term effect. Sorry, 28,200 gold per dose.
Jesus. Well, the next step of the process was after that is accomplished, actually inventing a ritual that makes a chemical effect like that actually become permanent on the body, binding it directly to you. That's the second step. So on one of these ventures, eventually, when it comes to that, that realization on one of the trips back down to the other town, he would share his findings with the dude.
Right.
Whatever his name was, someone we reincarnated to a drow.
The mayor.
The mayor.
Yep. So you've still got to find a way to actually transfer the chemical to the binding agent. But other than that, you're mostly done with this research.
Okay.
It seems to be a lot easier than this ship. Oh my god, this ship. I'm just looking at the estimated costs. Oh my god, this ship.
As I'm kind of realizing that, I will on one of the trips find Leuven and say, hey, so seems like we're gonna need a lot of funds for this ship.
I see.
We need like 1,000 pounds of arcanum for whatever it was for, and then dementum for power cores, redstone for wiring. We're gonna need to find a way to make more money than just us sailing between these two towns. So, have any ideas?
How much money?
So far, the costs are like just for the things that are listed about 10 million, I guess.
From the estimates that have been listed, it's probably closer to 400 mil. Not 400 million, 400,000.
Well, so far about 400,000, but
holy fuck!
What you're trying to make a huge flying ship?
Yeah, I've never seen that much money.
Well, you better find a way to see it, and take it, and hold it.
How moral does the money generation method have to be?
Depends on if you tell Kevin or not.
I was gonna say it depends. Is Kevin there for the conversation?
Leuven knows better than to involve Kevin in such a conversation. Alright. I will try and come up with something. Kevin's not gonna like it. 400,000 gold. My gods. Right, so. He's going to go speak to Nia. Nia.
Hmm?
How do you feel about the idea of doing something relatively evil for money?
Don't care. What's up?
Well, to build this flying ship of Sabos, we are going to need a lot of coin. A lot of it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I have an idea, but it's a bit like playing a lottery.
Aren't those rigged?
Not quite in this case.
Hmm.
So, we're looking for rare souls. Unfortunately, it's not easy to find rare souls. So we're going to have
looking
to
for
collect
them,
up.
minting them into soul coins?
You're familiar with minting?
We were in the town. I figured that there was something that gave you a coin of X value depending on the worth of your soul, right, James?
Yeah. Sorry, I had forgotten that you
And
guys
since
actually
you
saw that thing.
Since you spoke of rare souls, I estimated that you meant that process.
Yes.
Cool.
We are going to need to find a way to. He goes to say abduct, but then cuts himself off. To gather individuals for this minting process.
Mm-hmm. I'm assuming this is something that you don't want Kevin to know about.
Correct.
Or Nilvarius.
I'm not sure on how my master would take this. And frankly, I do not want to test the waters on this.
Yeah, okay.
If you
Question, do they
can
have to be
fix
good
this,
souls?
I think I might be able to find a way using this method to fix your other problem.
Spectacular. Okay. Yeah, sure, it'll work. And
Thank you.
they have to be good souls or just particularly rare souls?
Rare souls. Goodness isn't a factor.
Spectacular.
Thank you, my apprentice.
It is no problem.
Speaking of murder and souls, The pirates, there were 6 of them.
Yep.
So I'm assuming I drained them into the chalice.
Yes.
And have I managed to get a hospital deal going?
Ah, you're trying to sell the services of the chalice?
No. Well, I put it in the downtime channel. The underground downtime channel.
Oh. I didn't see that last week. I saw the other ones. What other one? Yes. Yeah, that's no issue at all.
Okay, can you let me know approximately how many I'm able to earn? A per time? Calculate it from there?
You've got a fully established network in the Asmar town as well.
Okay, that's good. Because I'm gonna need that.
Alright. Nilvarius.
Yes.
Leuven was curious how good you are at transfiguration, or transmutation.
Transmutation isn't exactly my strong suit. It's not where I've. It's not really my focus. My focus is what school is like teleport and stuff like that.
Conjuration.
And okay. My focus has always been in conjuration, and I've transmutation, much like your much more enjoyed necromancy, has been secondary focuses. Conjuration has always been my true interest, my true calling. That abjuration and invocation, really. What is that? What is that you need? What are you thinking?
I need a container that things cannot escape from. Like a phylactery, but larger and does not release souls on a conditional basis.
Hmm.
Do you see a way
Now
for
the
this to be
thing is,
possible?
um, Would this be like a recall knowledge? So if I can actually think of something.
Recall knowledge arcane.
So just regular arcane, or just recall knowledge?
I think in this case it'll be an arcane skill check.
Recall
right?
knowledge is an action that makes it make a skill check.
So recall knowledge
thing.
arcane would just be a arcane check.
Okay. Well, the difference is whether or not I can actually see the result or not.
Oh, sorry, it's meant to be a public one. Let me reveal that.
Okay, I can. Okay.
Oh, the actual recall knowledge is not public because you can get untruthful answer from the DM you're not supposed to know. But yes.
I don't usually say what the DC is, but I like people to see what they rolled.
Nice. Oh, okay, there it is. I see it.
You might be able to do it, but you'd need to invent some sort of ritual for the process. You'd be able to borrow a lot from necromancy and just altering the process to heavily use transmutation instead. Though you'd probably need upwards of 8 mages for this.
It's possible, but we would need me, you, and at least 6 others that are actually skilled to actually make something like this work.
So we require 5 more then. Alright, if you can develop such a ritual, I'll be able to find the others for it.
What exactly is your goal with this before I commit to helping you? Is this your new method of trying to create undeath?
No. This is for bartering with devils.
Why are you bartering with devils?
I have found them to be reliable, as long as you pay up front, do not try to deceive them, and stick to the word of the deal.
Lugan, do you recall what my first lesson to you was?
Do not die. He smirked slightly at that.
That wasn't my first lesson. No, that was my first lesson. It's power easily gained is not power that comes without a price. Bartering with devils and other outsiders is not a very wise decision in order to... It's so easy to get yourself caught. You may have experience with it, but all it takes is one mistake. Just one.
Yes, it's easy enough to die from a single mistake regardless of your methodology.
But if there's a mistake, how many other people does it involve? Does it just involve you, or is it going to involve the people around you? Are you willing to put your new apprentice in danger in that way?
Yes.
If it's a decision that affects only you and only you, then that's your decision. But it's not right to make those decisions that could possibly put people that are close to you in harm's way. Your student is there for you to teach, not just collateral.
I am aware. But if this is for my student, then my student must at least somewhat carry some of the risk.
So that what you're concocting is for Nia.
Not just for them, but they stand to benefit. I would actually say it is least for me above all, while I stand to take on the most risk. So unlike me.
Can I take a what kind of check is it? A determination of whether or not he's being facetious or is obscuring the truth? What is
Perception.
that? Since there's no insight. Saying no. I'm trying to. Oh, sorry, that's the wrong fucking button. I
Just
see
trying to see if you
nothing.
passed the vibe check.
I trust you, Leuven. I see what you're saying.
I trust
Alright.
you unconditionally, Leuven.
All right, I'll help.
I cannot see a reason this would ever go wrong at all.
I believe you in everything you're saying, even if you're not.
Fantastic. All right. So at the end of the 2 years, Leuven is going to gather everyone up. Oh, right. Sorry. Before that, Kevin, Connor's choosing.
Brother.
Yes.
So, it's time for him to step forward for everyone. And he does so. Some people show off their skill for sword, some people show off their skills in all sorts of different manners. There's even a couple major, well, quote-unquote mages who practice magic. When Connor steps forward, though, he takes out a speech that he's written. Let me grab that. Alright. Today, as I stand before you all, my heart, it feels like it could burst. Not from fear or doubt, but from the weight of something I can only call purpose. I've thought a lot about what I was going to say if I reached this day. He looks at you, Kevin, when he says that. And about what it means to be chosen by someone here. I've realized that being chosen, it's not a matter of someone's skill, strength, or even their destiny. It's about standing up for what's right and doing what feels impossible. This world is not very kind to people like me. It doesn't make things easy, and sometimes the path ahead is just plain horrible. But it's about finding the best path to walk in it. And I want to be here. I want to choose this life. I want to be good. I've seen what the darkness does to people. The way it hurts them, the way it makes them feel abandoned, unloved. But the light gives people a chance to shine, to push away the darkness for other people. I know there'll be days where I'm faced with choices that could break me, could even tempt me to walk away from the path I've chosen. But I promise I'm gonna give this up my all. And I hope my light never goes dim.
Yep, as soon as he's done.
Alright. Yesler is also going to step forward.
I'm back.
Welcome back. And there's a couple other people who stepped forward there. Unfortunately for Yesler, the second you stepped forward, he knew who his choice was going to be.
Starboy's holding back vomit.
Mm. And he chooses you, Kevin.
Awesome.
Alright. When you're all travelling back on a ship to meet up with Leuven and them, there is a flicker of light in your room, Kevin, and Yesler is gone. You were just mid-conversation with her.
Just like straight up vanished into thin
Just
air.
straight up vanished mid-word.
That is incredibly concerning. I am going to start searching around everywhere on the ship and letting anyone I
Everywhere.
pass by know. Everywhere that's not gonna immediately try to kill me.
So almost no.
So, like 2 corridors and 8 rooms.
Yeah, that. And also just let everyone on the ship know that she just straight up vanished.
Okay, what does everyone on the ship say? The ones of you who should be on the ship at the moment should be Navarius, Kevin, Sabo, and that's it. Oh, and Connor and Terrain.
You're saying your girlfriend dumped you?
No, we were just like mid conversation, and like while she was saying something, just flicker of light and poof, she's gone.
Okay.
Does my innate detect magic discover any lingering auras from where she was?
Yes.
Like, did she
High
actually
power
teleport
conjuration
away?
magic.
Okay.
Like, we're talking
see
some
her-
of the
if
most
she was-
potent conjuration magic that you've felt.
Far beyond Isla's capacity, yes?
Yes.
Well, it looks like she might have been snatched away or summoned away. There's conjuration around here. I doubt she teleported herself. It seems more like some other force actually just snatched her away.
What do you mean snatched her away?
As in, she couldn't cast a spell of this magnitude. That's this aura that's left in this room, which means if there's conjuration and she didn't cast it, it likely means that someone or something else has actually pulled her away instead. forced teleportation in that matter is possible. I've even know of rituals that you can actually do something like that. But this is far beyond the capacity of anything I ever did, especially if Isla is a goddess or goddess in training or whatever the hell she actually is. Whoever did it is likely incredibly powerful and actually just pulled her away. Best guess for me. No point in looking around the ship because she certainly isn't here.
Sabo breathes a sigh of relief. Would have been a pain in the ass to look around the ship.
But it is for certain that she didn't do it herself, though.
Okay, but imagine the level of spite that would lead someone to use that level of teleportation to teleport her somewhere else in the ship, so she'd get caught in a trap.
So you're telling me that something more powerful than Yesla just like
Several
made her
magnitudes several magnitudes more powerful, and at the conjuration, she was teleported away. I've observed a lot of magical auras in all my time. I visited more than a few different ruins with lingering magic. This is some of the most potent magic I've ever witnessed. If it gives you any sort of idea about what exactly just abducted her, I think that's the best word to call it.
when you say abducted, like you see panic set in with Kevin.
Well, if she's a goddess in training, it must mean that she was being trained by a real goddess or something. Could it be that?
I couldn't even begin to tell you. As I said, whoever it is, they are substantially more powerful than I.
James, didn't Yesla tell at least me or all of us that her goddess that was training her is like actually outside of the sphere at this point?
I believe she said that her goddess was not of this world. She doesn't know
Okay.
much beyond that because her memories were taken.
Got it.
Tomorrow, if you'd like, I can when I do my daily preparations, I can prepare a scrying spell and see if she's even on this world.
Yes,
There's
please.
two. If she's not in this world, it should automatically fail, and it will simply provide that sort of success. If she is here, I should be able to sense some sort of resistance. I doubt I will be successful with the scrying spell on someone of her strength, but I'll know the difference between whether or not she rejected it or the spell simply failed. I can do that if you would like me to try that.
Yes, please.
Well, on the next day I will go ahead and do such.
Okay. Cast a spell.
Do you
Alright. She is choosing to fail.
obviously Does she have any possessions? I'm not sure. I'm sure increasing the DC doesn't change anything at all. If I have one of possessions, then the DC changes by 2, but I sincerely doubt that fucking matters.
I don't even think she can consciously make the decision to try and succeed or to fail. No, all her powers are suppressed. So she has no attempt to resist this at all, so you scry her. And as you scry her... Sorry, wrong channel. As you scry them, this creature turns and waves at you, and then the scrying ends. You see Yesla in some sort of blue-white crystal dome, just unconscious and asleep. This creature just waves at you scrying, and the scrying ends.
Well, she is still on this world, at least, and she's been abducted by some kind of angelic figure. And I go through the process of explaining what exactly this angelic figure that he saw. And once
This is the
sense
most
actual
charming
upon her,
creature that you've ever seen. There's just something about them. It makes you want to like them.
he resists that urge because he has an inherent bias to not liking these kind of like extraplanar beings. Um, but he just still describes them to the best of ability. Does anyone know about who Yisla's goddess actually is?
No, she couldn't really tell us much. She said a lot of those memories that she had to been suppressed once she passed her test to become a goddess herself.
Well, I don't know where exactly she was taken, but she was taken. She is still somewhere on this world, and she was taken by something many times more powerful than she is. And Isla doesn't. She wasn't actively being harmed. It didn't look like she was unconscious, but it didn't look like she was actively being. She wasn't actively being harmed. There's nothing more I can really gain. The moment this other being was aware of my scrying spell, she immediately dispelled it. So I wish I could provide you more information, but that's the most I'm able to get out of it.
And like you have no idea like where she might be.
No clue. Was it like underground or what was it? Any idea where, like, can I get taken any of the surroundings?
Looked to be in some sort of small town. Though the town looked mostly constructed from technology. It's like the town is some sort of... what would the word be for it? Some sort of tower in progress.
Was there any adornments in this room that she was in? Was it actually a room? Was it like out in the open?
More out in the open than in a room.
Any specifics from the surroundings that I can draw upon to get any sort of idea where it actually might be in terms of like, is there geography that I would have been able to see like around in the area? Absence of mountains? Is there a difference in time as opposed to where we are now?
No difference in time,
Like
but it
where the sun
appears
is
to
in the
be a
sky?
mountain-like region.
But did I have a clear view of the sky and I could see where the sun's at?
You could see the sky clearly.
but I couldn't see where the sun was at.
Looked to be about where it is now in the sky, maybe 1 or 2 degrees off.
Okay, so she's actually nearby.
Well, keep in mind that the
It was
world
only
is not a sphere.
It's not. Okay.
No, this is flat Earth.
Well, no, there is a slight
Okay.
curve to it. It's just a fragment of a
Uh-huh.
planet.
Yeah.
Still, that still gives us that's still it being a degree or two off of where the sun's currently at.
It does
Still,
give
we
you a
should
bit of a
still be able
radius
to
where you can
extrapolate
guesstimate it would
time
be.
difference. Yeah, exactly. So I relayed all that information about that, and see if we can use that as a means, like description of what I can see in this city, and relate that to the what we can extrapolate some kind of time difference between where we are and where I saw in this Isla at. So I have
So
no idea what kind of checks that would actually really be, but it's enough information that we should be able to extrapolate a general idea where this location might actually be at.
so that map that we saw from the traders,
Yep.
was there a mountainous region on the map
Yes,
within
there is.
that radius?
There's
How
3
many?
marked out on it. And in that radius there is 2.
Are we able to discern any kind of information on which one's more likely to be the correct one? Or probably not.
Not without having seen these
Couldn't that be an
regions.
Couldn't that be a survival check? Because we're also trying to relate the actual distance as well. Couldn't that be a survival check? Trying to actually figure out a closer estimation.
You'd be able to make a survival check to try and get a closer estimation on time, not based on land values. So you can attempt a survival check.
Okay. I don't have survival, but that sounds like something more up Kevin's alley.
Is that something I would be able to make the check on?
You didn't see it.
That's kind of what I thought.
Okay, I can attempt it at least. This isn't going to be good, by the way.
That's fine.
But I mean, I can give the help action to check.
I should reroll that. Good old 2.
Incredible.
There's an 8.
I'll give a +5 to that to make it 28.
Alright.
And I don't suppose I can use the help action on this given the circumstance.
No.
So
You don't have
when he
enough
tries to figure-
information
when he
to
tries
be
to
able
figure
to
it
give
out,
it.
he actually takes the map. Did you guys actually buy the map or no?
Yes.
Okay, so he takes the map and along with some parchment, and he place it on. He does some drawing, and you see him do some math and whatnot, like in the corner, some like geometry and whatnot, and he tries his best to extrapolate and the information available.
Alright. With the information that you currently have, you can't narrow it down to a single one of the 2.
Which one's closer?
There is one about 130 days away, approximately.
Oh, it's a ways away. Okay.
The other one is nearly 2 years away.
Oh boy.
Hi.
Sorry, who said hi right now?
Sounds like a woman, maybe a teenager. You're not sure though.
From where?
Up on the ship. Well, up on the ship deck.
Oh,
I'll go up to the ship
I'm
deck.
assuming.
Hello?
Yeah.
Mhm. I guess I'll go up as well.
Yeah, I'm assuming we all go.
Yep.
So, what do we see on the top deck?
You see a somewhat translucent individual. Can I get an arcane check from anyone who wants to make it?
Sure.
Yep, this looks to be like astral projection. The creature finishes manifesting, and the astral projection turns to solid as the creature fully appears. Hi, is this the right ship? Do you know someone by the name of Yesla?
Yes.
Hola.
Wonderful.
Mm.
I'm reaching out to let you know that we are borrowing them for a short while. We'll be returning them at some point.
What do you mean you're borrowing her?
Well, you see, this person qualifies as a goddess.
Yes.
We need her divine power for something. She herself should be relatively unharmed by the time that we return her.
I don't like how you say relatively.
Well, she might have lost some, if not most of her power, but she is more than her power.
Who is the individual that actually abducted her?
I'm not a fan of giving you names because that means that you'll look into it more and not just wait for us to return them.
Yeah.
Well, we're not
Why?
huge fans of you doing this.
I can understand that.
What makes you think you're allowed to just steal her power?
It's a bit complicated. I can get into the whole ethics of it, but it really boils down to we can and you can't stop us. I mean, the others wouldn't put it in those sorts of words. They'd be a whole lot nicer about it.
I appreciate the direct approach. Yeah. Why are you here though to inform
You can see
us
that
of
her
this,
eyes look
if
like
you can.
celestial eyes. I'm here to make sure that you don't worry about them, or think that they're dead, or think that someone is going to kill them, because we're not going to kill them. We'll be returning them alive.
Perhaps you can assuage our fears and tell you what exactly you're going to be using her for?
We are using her as a spell component.
Excuse you,
To
what?
end? To what end?
For a spell.
Yes, clearly. What kind of spell?
Oh!
Navaris is asking.
Right.
He's asking more of a like a curiosity thing, not a I'm worried about Isla kind of thing.
That is for the spellcaster. I'm not a spellcaster. I punch things really well.
But what exactly is it going to achieve? What I mean to say.
Oh. Um. She thinks for a moment on if she should tell you.
Sorry.
If it makes any difference to you, I'm actually interested in it in an academic sense. Something that requires someone like Isla for as a
Oh,
part
it
of the
doesn't just
ritual.
require one
It's
person like
kind of
Yesla.
interesting to me. What was that?
It doesn't just require one person like Yesla. So far, we've got 26 others. No, 27 others, 28 including her.
Oh,
That's
fabulous.
interesting. That's interesting, but what exactly does it do in the end?
Oh, it's going to create an army.
An army?
Mm-hmm.
Does your ritual involve actually stripping some amount of power from the catalyst, I guess you can call Yisla and her compatriots in this ritual in order to actually summon enough power to actually create an army of the sort? Is that how this works?
I suppose so, yeah.
Huh, that's interesting and ominous at the same time.
Sorry, my goal really is just to calm you down so that you don't come after us.
You're not doing a great job.
I know. But they didn't want to send Razia, because if they sent Razia, then anyone who showed up there couldn't be dissuaded. So they sent me as the initial wave of deflection. Oh crap, I shouldn't have told you their name.
Raja.
Can we pretend like you didn't hear that?
No.
Damn it. Okay, are you willing to promise me that you're not going to come after her?
Not at this stage, no.
Well, from what I was to extrapolate, you're rather far away. I'm not sure if we'd be capable of making it to you in time, anyways.
I mean, we should be returning her just after the next 3 moon eclipse. That should be in what? Just under a year?
Oh,
Yeah, thereabouts. Oh
Yeah, I'm
crap,
not even
you
sure
guys
if
are on a
actually-
boat. I'm not sure how returning her is going to work. She's just looking around on the boat. Ah, we didn't plan for people who were in middle of travel on water.
how
That's
did you get here?
Fortunate. Oh, one of you guys scryed us, so the information was passed from Razia to me, and then I just projected myself here.
Oh, so that's her
Hmm.
name. She's quite beautiful, I would have to say.
And what's your name then?
I'm Chile.
Oh, hello, Chile. I'm Sabo. Quite clear that even if we go after you lot, there's nothing we can do because you're able to project yourself onto wherever you want and heal a goddess.
Yeah,
Kevin might want to
what
wrestle you
he
though.
said. Are you a gnome? I've never seen a gnome with such colourful hair.
Huh.
I love
A
it.
gnome. Thank you.
Are you a celestial? Are you... Oh, there's some celestials here.
Mm-hmm. You too?
No, I'm not actually a celestial. My eyes are just from a celestial. I didn't take them by
Stole
force.
Nice.
eyes?
They were donated to me after I went blind. And technically he
Very
had a
nice
spare
of that
set, so he gave
Celestial.
them to me. Yeah. Was very nice of him.
So, Chile,
Yes?
can you give me a moment to discuss with the other two here? Without
Sure.
just disappearing on us?
She walks inside of a ship. Just gonna go find something to
And
eat.
careful there.
The sounds of several traps going off. It's okay, I'm fine. You know how good their reflex save is. I'm not bothering with rolling against your DC.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, she has left you in peace to discuss among yourselves.
So, I'm not just letting them take her and get away with that.
Okay, but what are we to do?
Well, my thought is you two keep working on what you're going to be working on, and I'm going to see if she'll take me back with her.
And who's gonna drive the ship?
Well, for now, it might be just you.
Okay, I drive the ship. So I don't get to work on anything because I'm driving the ship.
I don't advise you doing this, Kevin. Even if you can actually manage to convince her, you're going to be by yourself. And if that spell worked with such efficiency against Isla, you would be positively useless in any sort of fight with any of them. I'm not sure what hope you use it would be for you to chase after her like this.
Mm-hmm.
I
However, I think,
understand that you are
however,
concerned, but my intention is not to try to fight them on this. I do realize that literally any of them could probably kill me. But you heard
however,
Sheely say herself that she couldn't get Yesla back to us reliably, and I'm not leaving her there alone.
Well, I'm sure they'll find a way to get Yesla back to us some way.
I guess something that it is something of interest to note. It's very likely that Isla is in the first location, the closer location.
What do you mean?
The second establishment would have taken the second location would have taken us 2 years to actually get to. The first place only took us 131 days, I believe it was calculated. She told us that they would return Isla in about a year, just under a year's worth of time, which means that she's likely in the first location.
I don't think they were
think
planning to
that
travel her
matters.
manually. They just abducted her with magic. They would have returned her with magic.
I'm just stating. I'm stating an observation. I'm talking.
Well, just because they would be farther away and we couldn't get to them doesn't mean they couldn't get to us.
Exactly.
And there be. Obviously, you're going to do what you will, Kevin. So go ahead and do what you will. But I think it's inherently worthless and a waste of your time to actually do so. Whatever reason you have about actually wanted to chase after her out of some sort of infatuation is your own business. But I don't think it's going to be inherently useful. Any pleas that you might have are going to be inherently worthless because they are going to do what they want to do anyways, and there's zero you can do about it. But do as you wish.
James, is Connor up on the deck with us?
Connor is up on the deck.
I'm gonna ask Connor that if Chile is willing to take me with her, does he want to come with me or stay with them?
We've got to help her. We can't just let people be kidnapped.
Okay. So I'll go find Chile.
Okay, you find her eating an ooze.
What are you doing?
What?
That's not meant to be food.
Oh. I was wondering why you had a farm. She finishes eating it. Sorry. This is the first thing that I came across that looked like food.
Well, I mean, I can get you some fish. That's
No, I'm good.
like,
Tasted like fish.
well, fair enough. Um, since you said there's nothing we can really do to stop you on this, uh, are you able to take me back with you? I don't want her to be alone. And you said it yourself, you couldn't really get her back to us.
Well, I can technically
After you're
project
done
both
with
of
her.
us through the astral plane and transport us that way. But doing so is not exactly the best idea for you. I mean, if you get cut up in there, your body's not as durable as mine. Wait, no, I can't take you back anyway. Wait, why do you want to go? Do you just want to watch her?
Well, if you can't return her to us, I want to be with her.
I have an idea on how we can return her to you. Just gonna need some blood.
I also don't want her to just be alone for a year.
That's okay, she'll be asleep. She should still be asleep. They're all asleep.
If I have my way about it, I won't leave her abandoned.
So, can I have some blood so I can return her to you?
Will you take me with you?
I don't want to. I think I would get in trouble if I did that.
You can tell them it was my fault.
They might kill you. I mean,
Has
Razia
for the
won't,
last
but
6
Ornborn
times.
Gudjegahund would. Maybe.
Excuse you, what name was that?
Ornborn Gudjegahund.
Did the Sphinx tell me? The Sphinx didn't tell me the name, right?
I don't remember it telling you the name, but
Yeah.
it might have.
Didn't give you the name.
So how dangerous exactly would it be for you to take me back with you? Just the travel?
I mean, I'd be fine, but, like, 30% chance you die? No, but that sort of guessing isn't my strong suit anymore. When I could see the future, it
Really,
was
with,
one thing.
with Kevin, it's how many times he will die. It's the important thing.
Right, Celestials, you guys come back. Okay, that makes sense. Wait, what happens if the Celestial dies? And she freezes as if she's having PTSD. No, I will not let you come.
That's a very strong reaction. What is that about?
Celestials are not immortal. They can only come back from so much. And there are things in there that you cannot come back from. So no, you cannot come. I have lost too many of them already.
Well, it hasn't worked the last 6 times.
Okay. Give me your blood before I break your nose and I take it by force. Please and thank you.
Before I do, there is no way to convince you.
Tell you what. She pulls out a flask out of her pocket. If you can drink this whole thing, I will go with you. I will take you there, sorry.
What is it?
She takes a swig. This is my special concoction. It's my go-go juice. She hands the flask to you.
Oh, I kind of want to. So what exactly is in this thing?
A whole lot of stuff.
What isn't in this thing is the correct question.
I'm gonna take just a sip.
Yes. Valor potion.
Okay, con saving throw. I'm going to need 3 fortitude saves. Failure, critical failure, failure.
I will +5 the second one.
Okay. You're going to need to start writing down some of these things. So you gain +2 bonus to strength, +3 bonus to perception, +2 to stealth, +2 to intimidation, +2 to con, +2 to acrobatics, +9 to fortitude saves. Okay. You gain -2 to all mental ability scores. Minus 13 will. You gain 1 level of exhaustion. Minus 4 to acrobatics. And whenever you take damage, you take 1d6 additional non-lethal damage.
Kevin dies of overdose.
Okay.
These effects last up to 8 hours. Sorry, you took a sip, so up to 1 hour.
So, how am I feeling after that?
Oh, go, 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 go.
I think you gotta go fast.
You basically just drank cocaine.
Perfect. Now the question is, do I finish it?
Do it. You just drank cocaine. You have no self-preservation. Do it. Go watch Kurt Cobain live. Do it.
Alright, I'm gonna finish it.
Okay, there are 3 doses left in there. She has already consumed 1. You're consuming the other 3?
Yep, and I'm assuming the +9 fort saves applies for the other 3.
Yep. These aren't sips
Cool.
though, so the DC is higher.
Oh yeah.
Okay, DC 57.
Alright. Those are pretty much all gonna be crit fails then. Even with the +9, the modifier is 30.
This thing is strong enough that she can't skull it.
Well, let's see what happens. How many rolls am I? How many rolls am I doing?
3. Critical failure. Next one. Critical failure. Next one.
And critical failure.
And critical failure. So you just drank 3 potions worth of this concoction.
And I am going to be very prepared to use my divine gift as much as necessary.
Yeah, this isn't about damage taken. Are you
Fair.
+5ing any of those?
I don't think it would matter because it would still be 10 lower even if I did.
Well, it's 57, so that would be 48, which is 9 lower.
Oh, 40. Oh, yeah, I will +5 the 2 then.
Okay, so your heart doesn't explode.
That's good.
You know what? Let me re-roll the other one with advantage for giggles too.
Already not dead. Maybe in a coma, but you know.
Okay, that didn't make a difference.
Okay, all of the bonuses that you gained from the SIP are doubled except for the Fortitude stave, which stays the same. None of the penalties change, but you gain...
Oh, sorry. Each of those rolls should actually be 2 higher as well, because +2 con. I didn't get that applied. Not that it makes any difference.
You gained a quicken condition. You gained a sickened condition. And you are stupefied.
How much?
That is what I'm calculating. Stupefied 7.
Oh boy.
Does that reduce any of your stats to below -5? This affects intelligence, wisdom, and charisma.
It's -2 total for each of them.
No, it's -7. To
-7 would put wisdom at -5, and the other 2 below that.
stupefied, your fortune. It. It's a spell that makes it kill you. The condition just applies it to checks and stuff. Okay, that's slightly different. So that doesn't outright kill you. And you gain organ failure.
No, as a gift, you gain organ failure.
Awesome.
Divine gift, organ failure.
Currently sitting at
That gives you
+12
wounded 2.
strength, +8 con, but organ failure.
Yep, those effects are going to last the next 8, 16, 24 hours.
And you said...
And you are fatigued 10.
Okay, so let me write down these conditions as well. You said sickened, fatigued 10,
Yep.
wounded 2, and stupefied 7.
Yes. You were also stunned 1. Sickened and quickened.
Okay, sorry, I'm missing one. I've got sickened, wounded, stupefied, stunned, and quickened. There's one more negative one.
Wounded.
I got wounded.
Sorry, go over it again.
Sickened, wounded, stupefied, and stunned. And quickened. Fatigued, that's what it is.
Yep, fatigued. Sorry, I was scrolling through the list. It's like 9 different potion effects.
Awesome.
From 11 different planes, I believe the ingredients will come from. Okay. Holy Razia, your heart didn't explode.
Nope, Connor, you're staying here.
Wait, how can he talk if he's got -5 intellect and etc.?
Talking is difficult, words are difficult, acting is good. Acting is very good.
Now, shouldn't it be just
It doesn't minus the stats, it minuses all checks relating to those stats. So if he was, for example, trying to talk with, that would be using his passive society, and if his passive society is below I think it would be -5. Then words difficult, action's good. I believe this passive society is like that.
Actually, I'm trained in society. I've got a +14 standing before the
Okay, you should have
negatives.
-17 after that, so -3 words aren't too difficult for you. They're not good, they're not pleasant, but they are not too difficult.
So, Connor, I go, you stay.
Guess a deal's a deal. She's just going to give it a minute to wait and see if your heart explodes.
She's hoping, huh?
So, are we going? We going?
Give me a minute. No, nothing?
Oh, we gotta go.
Okay.
You said, let's go.
Yep, she grabs you, places 2 fingers to her forehead. Right. Bye, everyone. Don't come looking for us. And then she shifts you both to the astral plane.
Well,
No worries.
fantastic.
Shakes his head, looking at the ground. How do you manage to find yourself with a party member who has zero sense of what's sorry, what's the word I'm looking for?
Preservation?
Haven't we told you the story?
Self-preservation, yeah.
We woke up on a fucking island with him. First thing he did is jump in a whale and had Flurry drop a rock on his head.
I mean, it was a hammer, but I'm not there to correct the matter.
Okay.
Exactly.
The rest of yous get to land unless there's something you'd like to do about this situation. I don't see how.
No.
There's
Also,
exactly nothing
which
we can do.
city are we going to right now? Is it on the way
This
there?
is
or
returning
what?
home. So back to
Home.
the Asimar one.
The asthma one. Okay, well, I'm going to go and tell, I guess, inform Nia and Leuven that Kevin's gone AWOL for a bit.
Oh no, whatever are we going to do? Anyway, it's time to enact the plan. We are
Is the
going to
plan
make the
ready?
most of this opportunity. We don't have a choice, Kevin's gone, let's do this.
Okay, we do it.
Kevin, you're playing
Sorry,
Connor
what
now.
exactly is going on?
Okay.
Right.
Forever.
Potentially.
Explain what exactly is going on?
Right,
What
so
plan?
you are aware of how Kevin is hyper-moral.
Me in the room.
Nia is in the room.
Well, so we have the Connors guard the ship. Hmm?
Yes, Connor can guard the ship with T-Ray.
Yep, Connor can guard the ship. This is fine.
So, with the ritual that I had you work on, assuming that you are going to be working on it, we are going to be able to hold some souls. Now, I can grab a soul for several hours after the victim has died.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to give us a number of opportunities to capture and collect some souls in order to trade them with devils. We can then get them minted and determine their value. Once we have their value... Sorry, I thought Kit Kat was doing something silly. Once we have their value, Then we can start using those souls to make deals. Basically, buying stuff.
Who
Like-
exactly are we? Exactly are we planning on abducting for this?
How would you feel about it being some humans?
What kind of humans?
We can find a warring civilization.
I'm going to kill racist. Nia pipes up.
That's the spirit, Nia.
Nilvaria, she
I like
looks you
killing
straight in the eye.
racists.
So no, there's
You
there's
okay with
definitely
that, right?
a look on his face that he's not that um. It's a mixture of uncertainty and disgust.
So Nia has told you in the past about how she was treated when she came to the world, I think, right?
I believe
Nilvarius
so.
has not had that conversation yet.
Oh, right.
Oh,
So
I thought.
it's gonna
I think
would have-
you've alluded to it specifically, but I
Yeah,
think that was you never
so-
went into detail.
Yeah, I think Nia would have probably told you at some point because you've been together for a while and she's been to the other city a few times. When
Oh.
she came to the world,
Okay.
people kept trying to torture and/or murder her because she was a demon hybrid. She didn't do anything. They just decided that she was evil because just of what she was, and just decided to murder her or torture her. There was this one lady that she was looking for a doctor because for her wings. The lady pretty much kidnapped her and then was trying to feed her own horns while cutting off parts of her body. So Nia has a very deep vendetta against anyone who discriminates on race, no matter how valid the discrimination might be. I dare you to falter for that one.
Are you being more selective on your choices of who exactly you're going to do? I understand the individuals that tortured you and did what they did to you, but is this gonna be wholesale and non-selective? Is just anyone that's there? Is that
Personally,
exactly what we're doing here?
I do not know about them. Personally, I'm going to go after racists.
I believe we
I'm
should
gonna
target a
find
warring
out who's a
society.
racist.
A
Mhm.
society who benefits from feeding off other societies. And I think we should harvest them for the only value they will ever contribute.
Nia's
Wise
idea
words.
thus
Wise
far,
words.
to be very clear about this, has been that she will go to a city, pretend to be some sort of race with illusion magic or the changeling stuff, and then whoever tries to take advantage of her gets kidnapped, tortured, and not tortured, gets kidnapped, slain, and harvested.
I like that one too.
That way, she knows that
If
whoever
that's
gets it does.
what you're actually selecting people for this, then I reluctantly will help. But
The
only
issue
on
with
those
that
but only on
methodology
those
is that
terms.
is such a small quantity. We have to judge a society as a whole by those people.
No, you don't select an. You do not judge an entire society based on one small subset, Leuven. What the hell is wrong with you? You do
Well,
not.
it
You cannot
depends on the
judge an entire
society,
society.
Nilbarius.
No, 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 no. You will. How long you have not been in this world long enough to be able to make wholesale judgments based on an entire society?
I've been in this world long enough to judge humans.
Aren't you a human? She pipes up.
Yes.
You cannot judge. You cannot judge them wholesale in that way.
She
Just
pauses,
because
taken
then
just
he says
because
yes.
one human is
Wait.
not bad does not mean that their descendants won't be bad. In fact, statistically, if you eradicate all of them, you have done a net good.
That's what the Dark Elf said.
No,
Nia is
no,
looking
no, no, no,
slightly
no.
perturbed by this.
No, I'm not going to condemn an entire society of people if you want to be selective and you're choosing individuals for this, those that are truly bad and not simply influenced, then yes, I'm willing to help. But if you're willing to judge an entire society based on this, no.
We are going to
You
need
want to
thousands
be-
of souls, so if we are individually testing people, that's going to take decades.
Question.
So if we are going to test each individual person, we need a better test.
Question.
Yes?
If you want to be to take a society instead of Nilvarius, I believe your general point is that you should not judge a populace by individuals, correct? Nor should you resort to genocide because that is fucked up, right?
Generally, yes. Generally, yes.
Yeah. So I believe a decent enough way to do this is since Leuven wants to go for warlike civilizations, we can just target our armies, no? That is a smaller subsample, but not too small a subsample. And if they are on their way to, say, raise a city, then anything you do to their armies will be a lesser evil compared to what they would have done to the other civilization.
We do not
no?
have the abilities to take out an entire army.
You
But we have
during
the
the,
ability
as
to take out a civilization.
as Nia's like talking, he's like Nilaris is slowly this like he's chuckling to himself just like a little bit, just like louder and louder and louder. Just the absurdity of that statement.
Mia's just generally trying to find a solution that doesn't result in this group splitting up. You can tell that she's like kind of at a loss here. She's just kind of saying what comes through her mind when she realized the scale of how many people they're actually gonna need. Because up to this point, Nia's plan was to, kill racists, like come back at some point
Nilvarius,
with like
do
50
you
of
have
them.
another? Nilvarius, do you have another solution to make about 400,000 gold in a reasonable amount of time so we can build this fucking ship?
Something that doesn't involve selling the souls of individuals. Nia's selection process, I would be okay with. That's understandable. People that are truly rotten deserve that fate, but you cannot sentence everyone, even people in an entire army. Just soldiers are blinded by what they're told and how they actually live. It's you can't make that kind of generalization
Okay,
as to
okay,
how
okay.
exactly we make that money. We cannot sell people's souls for that purpose.
Why?
Why? Do I
Yeah, okay,
really need to
Nia's
explain
very.
that to you? Why?
Yeah,
What do you mean why? The hell do you
why
mean
not?
why? Sabo.
Uh,
He's visibly getting angry right now.
Tabo just confused. Tabo doesn't understand why.
Well, if we cannot go that way, we're going to have to look into ruin diving. Looking for artifacts to sell, and then we'll need to find someone who can actually buy these artifacts.
I am fine with that.
I have
But
contacts who can
Nilvarius
buy
just
them,
looking
but
at
they
you.
will lowball us.
Yeah, okay. Seems dangerous, but I don't suppose we can make 400,000 in a year with our merchant abilities. So it might be necessary.
Not even if we had a fleet.
You need 400,000 again? Is it just for the Arcanum?
Need
Arcanum, Redstone,
Arcanum,
Adamantine.
Adamantine, Redstone.
The Arcanum
Probably
Okay.
more.
Redstone is 115.2 thousand.
Okay, question. This is gonna sound a bit immoral, but I believe it is still preferable to mass murder. Can't we steal it? Again, I know, not exactly moral, but
Nilvarius calms down a little bit when you say something along those lines. He calms down a little bit.
Stealing is not
if
much better
Nilvarius
than
has
murder,
been
if
watching
better at
Nia,
all. I'd consider it substantially worse, in fact.
she blinks. What?
With murder, it's over. When you steal from someone, you have increased their suffering tenfold, 100-fold even. This amount of currency, if we were to take it from a village, well, a village might have, let's say, 10,000 gold in the entire thing. If we even take half of that, that village is going to starve for decades until it recoups. Let's say we take it from a city. Taking half, that is dooming half of those people to suffering. Even if we take it from a noble who's just sitting on the wealth, the ramifications from that could be substantially bad, though I would argue that is less bad than the other situations that I have described.
Where's a red dragon horde when you need one?
Nia raised her hand.
Yes, Nia?
Why a red dragon specifically? Do they hold more?
No, it's just they are generally not kind.
She takes out a little
But
notebook and writes that down.
there are more than a few varieties of dragons that are known to scorch towns and the like. They tend to hoard wealth over centuries. But I haven't heard of one in quite a long time, or probably since before magic left the world. Last time I heard about a dragon, but I'm still relatively new back out in the world after everything's shifted and changed.
I see. Thank you. Sorry for derailing the conversation. Just could not resist the question. Right, so ruin diving or soul catching, those are options for money, right?
Well, if we're writing soul catching off the table, then I think stealing it is worse, so that should be taken off as well. Which I believe
I'm
leaves
not
ruin
writing
diving.
anything off yet, but okay. She's writing everything down in the little list on her notebook. Soul catching, stealing, ruin diving, anything else?
I have a quick question.
I have a quick answer.
How horrified is Nilvarius that he's realizing that Kevin's the one he most agrees with in this situation?
I mean, um, he's not really all that surprised. Like Nilvaris is kind of like he's pragmatic in a certain way, but he's definitely leans more towards like being generally good. But it's not really all that of a surprise. He's more surprised that, you know, that Sabo this is actually that like has that kind of evil tendencies. He's more horrified at that.
Wait, dude, does Nia not count as evil tendencies? That's good. Okay, cool.
You haven't exactly spoken. Yeah, why not? With the same sort of enthusiasm as Sabo has, but it's still
Fair enough.
dumbfounding that Sabo's
For the most
point
part,
that's
for
actually like
Nia and
evil.
Leuven, they're being pragmatic about not having many other options to do this. When it comes to Sabo, I believe it's just, hey, this is the most convenient, we might as well.
Fair
But
enough.
I'm not willing to make
Is
that
it like that the
assumption for
cat?
Sabo.
It basically it is, and no
It's
one's
it's
offered a better solution yet. I mean, I
it's
have a
just
better solution, which I'm going to try in a moment, but
Are we even strong enough to ruin dive?
Well,
oh,
I'm an 80-year-old man.
I've dealt more than a few ruins in my lifetime. That's for sure.
Can you raise the hand again? Yeah, about that.
Yeah.
Can't we reincarnate you? She asked Leuven.
It'd make me proportionate in age to whatever species I become.
Ah.
So I'd be old regardless.
Not really. If you manage to come back as an elf, we're ageless. It doesn't matter.
That's what I was thinking.
As long as we don't get ourselves killed, we live. We're ageless, Leuven.
No,
Even
you
if you're-
age
if- even
incredibly
if you
slowly.
reincarnate,
Try applying chronomancy to an elf. There was an experiment conducted
I've
at my
seen it.
academy.
I've-
It takes a substantial amount of
I've read up on
time,
it.
but you can actually age an elf, and I would be the equivalent to an elf 80% of the way through their lifespan. Assuming that a human lives to 100, and that's really pushing it.
Even if the time limit, say you reincarnate as a dwarf, dwarves can live for about 1,000 years. You're still getting it. You're still getting another 200 years of life, Leuven.
Yeah, that's my thought. I'm not saying suggesting this as a permanent solution, but then she pauses. Would you get offended if I say something potentially rude?
We just spoke about genociding a
direct
civilization. We're beyond rudeness right now.
Okay, cool. It would be really inconvenient if you killed over and died halfway way there.
I suppose that would be inconvenient.
I've been wondering why you haven't tried to buy yourself a few more years so we can finish our research. Because, like, I'm not saying this to be an ass. I genuinely do want you alive. I enjoy your company. You're my teacher. But, like, yeah, sure, you want to finish our research. That's good. Doesn't mean you should do nothing else until then. You're like getting on your age already.
I suppose my reasoning is a form of racism in of itself. I like thinking like a human, not like an elf, like a dwarf, like any other race. I am most me right now. To be any other race would be to sacrifice who I am to create a version of me that is of that race. Every thought I would have is tainted by the fabric of that race.
Oh yeah, when I understand the existential horror of that, believe me, she pointed herself. But it's so better than being dead, no?
Well, it's the same, really. I would be dead regardless. It's just a question of whether I'm willing to die to let a new version of me live, or whether I'm willing to hold out to find a way to save this version of me.
Is that not the same for undeath, though?
No.
Hmm.
Undeath dulls you, but it does not change you.
Fair enough.
I actually have another thought that occurred to me recently.
Hmm?
Leuven, have you ever thought about delving into the cloning ritual instead, but stopping the process of that maturity, allowing it to basically create a new body of a younger age, and then inhabiting that? Modifying an existing ritual would take some work, but it's something that it's purely on you. It's purely on you, and doesn't require anything else. It doesn't require harm to anybody else. It doesn't. It's just you. All
I
it is
understand if you
spending
he
is
still
time
prefers
and
undeath.
resources, because
It
you
might be
can
worth
still
it.
create your body. It would still be you. It's made from you. Just food for thought, Leuven.
Yeah, let's go back to the problem at hand.
I
So,
actually haven't thought of that. That might be a decent solution. Editing
Yeah, the
such a
problem at
powerful
hand.
ritual could be difficult.
Yeah, the clone ritual is difficult in and of itself. I can't perform it, but I can assist with it. But it's still within it's much more reasonable to actually come across. But it's food for thought.
Fair enough.
So since you're so against making money in Alvarius, have you made any progress on Arcanum so we can spend less?
Oh, I guess I didn't take any roles for learning about Arcanum when I was in the Aasimar town. Where does Arcanum actually come from?
You don't know.
Seems
As
like
far as you know, it's not a naturally occurring material.
Okay, question. Are loans a thing here?
Yes, but you're not going to like who you have to make deals with to get loans. And what you have to wager,
Devils?
more commonly
Souls?
than not, yes.
Yeah, I figured.
So
Then better solution? Still?
we need the
Whatever.
money. Our Arcanum researcher didn't research the Arcanum and is against the method we have of making money.
I was busy doing other things in the meantime. I'm sorry. We still have time to actually look through it.
Well, we can't.
Yeah.
Without a navigator, we can't really make any more money sailing around because then I
You
can't
realize I'm right here, right?
work on the ship. Are you happy to get on the ship with us instead of
Their training is
staying with
I look
complete.
to
Leuven?
Leuven.
Okay, hop on then. We continue the journeys until Kevin's back, maybe.
No, we do have to find a way to find this money regardless. Preferably before Kevin's back, I presume.
I don't see why we should continue with our current method of generating money. It is inefficient in comparison to our alternative options.
Well, what are alternative options? Doesn't sound like we have a good one, and we still need time to research. The ship design isn't even done, and maybe we'll find a cheaper way to get our hands on Arcanum if we can figure out how it's made. Have some to work with now. And an alchemist. Look at Nulvarius. That's the majority of the cost is this Arcanum.
Do we have a problem, Sabo?
You don't want to do
He
what
is
the method we
Nia's
have,
looks
and you're
like
not
starting to
proposing
interrupt.
a different solution. So
I'm sorry, what did Nia say?
Sorry to interrupt you, but when Sabo starts talking, everyone notices Nia like trying and failing to hide her interest to see if he's actually gonna say, well, you're trying to complain about genocide. Not because she agrees to disagree, but just because of the inherent hilarity of someone saying that.
The casual, yeah. Let's commit genocide for material gain. Let's do it.
She's not saying she disagrees or agrees, but it's just that something so inherently like bizarre to her to imagine someone saying that she's just like, no, there's no way he's actually gonna say it out loud, right? He might think it, but he's not gonna say it. And then he starts talking. She realizes, no, he is going to say it.
I'm sorry. Sorry. What did Sabo say again? I'm sorry.
well, you've shut down our ideas and provided none of your own, so you tell me.
I'm fully content with the idea of actually attempting to do a delve, though I'm not. But the casual nonchalance about the idea of committing genocide for material gain is absurd to me. Absolutely absurd. The fact that you don't seem to have any issues with it, and you don't seem to be bothered by it.
Uh,
You don't see any moral issues with doing that, do you? Is that some sort of I'm speechless. I don't even know how to come to terms with what exactly you're willing to go through with just for material gain.
uh,
What's funny, he's saying all this, and I don't
scratch
think
my
Sabo
head.
even sees the problem.
I mean, we were gonna kill some racists.
Still gonna do that. No one's gonna stop me.
The only
I don't
thing we
think anyone.
disagreed on was the selection method.
Yeah, the difference is that Nia wanted to be specific and choose who exactly she wanted to sacrifice based on the individuals that were willing to torture her for being what she is. Where you and Lubin were willing to sacrifice an entire an entire city, a town, whatever.
I would
worth of
sacrifice
people
whatever I had
actually
to
make
for
it
my
come true.
goals.
You're willing to sacrifice anything for your goals.
I've made that quite clear among everyone in this room. As
Nia
I've
raised her hand.
sacrificed myself multiple times for almost every person in this room.
Nia raised her hand.
Yes, Nia?
Yes, Nia.
Why aren't you a lich?
Are you talking
Because
to me?
performing a lich requires. Because becoming a lich requires him to actually directly murder someone that he loves.
Oh yeah, but if he's willing to sacrifice anything for his goal, then Bleachdom seems pretty. Am I missing something? She seems confused. She's taking his statement at face value. Like, I am willing to sacrifice anything for my goal, so she's like, oh,
My
so he's
goal
willing to pay the
isn't to
sacrifice.
live forever. My goal is to have a great future. I would argue a perfect future with the people I care about. Sacrificing one of you in order to make myself immortal, in order to bring about that future, contradicts that future in of itself.
She nods. Thank you.
It is unfortunate because that would serve me well. But
Yeah, Lichdom sounds great. Unfortunately, the whole murder thing's terrible.
the gods are cruel.
Speaking of gods, where's Yesla?
Where is Yesla? Is she with
Yesla
Kevin?
was kidnapped. Yes.
Oh.
That's why Kevin's gone. Yesla was kidnapped by some creature named Razia and some other creature named On Born blah da blah blah. In some ritual where they're going to sacrifice at least 27 other godlike creatures to cast a spell during the
What?
3-moon eclipse.
You just see Leuven shiver. The sheer magical power behind such a thing.
Well,
If we
yeah,
could
but they're
tap
sacrificing
that.
gods, so
Well, they're not sacrificing them, they're just using their power. They promise to return the Yesla.
just powerless?
They
Sans
should've-
power.
The aura that was in the room that actually abducted Isla is beyond anything that I've directly observed. We couldn't have actually caused any real. We couldn't
Incredible.
fight against that, regardless.
Yeah,
If we
but I
could
wonder if
tap
it's
even a
possible to
tiny
tap the excess
fraction of that power. Yes, exactly, Nia. 10 points.
Fist bumps herself. I mean, anything of that magnitude is bound to have excess power, right? I mean, even if the thingy, the ritual or the spell requires that amount of power, the amount of precise calculation you'd have to be able to use the precise amount of power you need with no excess is insane. So there's probably something worth to tap now. I'm assuming they're going to be doing this during some
The 3-moon eclipse
astrological
thingy
significant.
in 120-ish days from now, something.
Waiting
so
for an
hold on.
eclipse. That's
Something
somewhat
like
primal
three
magic.
quarters, like 3/4 of a year, I think she said. I don't really honestly remember, but she said she gave a time.
Something within a year.
We
Yeah.
can estimate when the eclipse is.
Alright. This is an idea I can get behind. Now, what to do with the excess power, assuming that we can't even find a way to tap it? Any ideas?
Flips through her notebook, her notes a few times.
Gods do not age, do
Well-
they?
What was that?
Gods do not age.
They
Made
are
to live in a
ageless,
god.
correct? Yes.
Filthy fucking creatures.
Not my ideal form of immortality, but
Yeah, but why are we? What are you seriously debating godhood of all things?
I'm simply looking at the power that we might have at our disposal and providing an option for what we might do with it.
From James, I would have some understanding of what divine magic constitutes at this point, right?
Not really, it's not been in any of your fields.
Then she just finds the idea distasteful rather having anything to add to it. Nia just doesn't like gods. Sabo,
Okay, but yeah.
this person that came into the ship and took Kevin, and
Yeah.
Yesla?
Well, Yesla got stolen, and then the person came, and then they took Kevin with them because Kevin
No, that's
asked.
pretty powerful kid. That's pretty powerful magic. Well,
Yes.
I know you told me that, but another thing to understand what kind of strength we're talking. Novarius?
He's sort of been lost in thought a little bit, thinking about Lubin's
Nilly?
statement, rubbing his chin. Yes,
Nilly?
what is it? Yes.
I know that's not your specialty, but do you think we could power a sufficiently powerful transmutation spell with that amount of magic?
Easily.
And
Yeah.
how?
Can
So
we
if we
transmute
had
the
enough,
raw materials to build the ship?
well, we could just turn a shit ton of shit into gold.
Okay. Or just into Arcanum, Redstone, and Adamantine?
Yeah, but that seems more complicated than simply
That would
upscaling
be-
a transmutation for a specific
The
material. Plus, we
transmutation
don't understand what
properties
Arcanum is.
for Arcanum, Redstone, and all of those are not known to us, but we are taught gold at the academy, at the university.
Simple lead to gold is one of the easiest and first lessons that you actually learned.
Yes,
You
it's
have
just
to
not
actually
practical
do
to do
that.
in mass quantities.
Because of the
Okay.
amount of magic required, right?
Yes.
You have it's basically it's a net loss in what you don't actually get anything out of it in the end. You end up using more in reagents than you actually gain from the transmutation.
But if we had such a circle and this amount of excess magic to tap into,
That might actually do it. I mean, we
Yeah,
will
that's
need
right.
to get on it immediately, and we will need to know approximately where the ritual is to tap the magic radiating from there.
But still, it's a solution, right?
Yes.
So do I get points?
Absolutely.
20.
She nods to herself
Okay.
and writes that down.
Let's
This
go
is
get
something.
some
This is something
lead.
I can get behind. This is something I can get behind. All right.
She looks to you expectantly.
Well done, Nia.
She nods to herself, please, and walks away.
Do you want a hug?
Yes,
Give Nia a hug.
she is preening. Academic validation, the one thing she loves the most.
I'm gonna.
I think we need to spend a little more time trying to triangulate that position. I think.
Yes.
I think.
Um.
I'm inclined to think it's the first. It's the first town that's on the map that we actually saw. It would take us far too long to get to the second one. I'm inclined to think it's the first, but maybe a little bit more time trying to figure it out. Maybe we can. Maybe when we actually make it a town, we can get someone who's actually more adept at trying to figure out a location based on the information that I know.
Well, we need to find Kevin. Right now, we need to find Kevin. Kevin can be the beacon that we're trying to find. How
Yes,
do we
though
find the Kevin?
it is worthwhile to mention that they
I can perform another scrying. Once I rest, I can go and perform another one tomorrow.
it is worthwhile to mention that they are going to be able to track us back as they did the first time, from what you told me.
That's
And they might
okay.
retaliate the second time.
Yes, so we have to prepare for that.
Well, I can also just perform a sending as well to actually talk to Kevin, and he just can simply reply back. Honestly, just letting
works.
us know that he's that he's okay.
Let's try that.
Still, it's a better solution than we had before.
Maybe there's specifics on sending. See if someone else can pick up on it.
Any sort of
mental
mind flayer or
message-
high psionic individual would be able to pick up on it being received by someone.
Does it matter that doesn't have the psionic tag?
No, it's someone else's thoughts being projected into your head.
I'm going to go find the SMI leader of the town and query if he knows how we can find the Kevin. Maybe.
What do you mean find Kevin? What happened to Kevin?
He's got lost again.
Try looking where you last saw him.
On the ship in the middle of the ocean.
Did he fall overboard? Did you stop and look at the time?
No, someone took him to somewhere. Astral projection, I think, is what they used.
Astral what now?
And somewhere. We think they took him to a mountain. So we want to know what mountain and where that mountain might be. I guess you don't.
Sorry, I genuinely wish I could help more. I don't have those sorts
okay.
of detection abilities.
That's okay. How How's your god, by the way?
I haven't reached out to them in years, but they're probably doing well.
Okay, that's good to know. Do they have a church here?
In this
Or
town,
is
no.
it just him? Oh. So it's just you? Kind of protecting the town without... You've
I
been
have an
cut off
acolyte,
from
but
everybody else.
no one, no particulars.
Okay. You're doing a great job. I'm sorry for bothering you. I'll be off.
I was about to say I was gonna go look for this guy, so that's really funny because Sabo is gonna exit and Nia's gonna immediately enter.
Do you know how to find Kevin?
No, it's for something else.
Okay, so you're going looking for him?
Yep.
You find him.
Do you have a moment?
Of course, how can I help?
Is it more to want to kill racists?
No.
I said immoral, by the way, James, not moral.
Ah, sorry.
Or
Yes,
amoral. I guess
Yes, it is.
Why? Again, tone of genuine curiosity, not like trying to persuade him.
Well, I suppose we should split that into two separate things. Firstly, wanting to kill them and then actually killing them. Wanting to kill someone for being wrong, being evil, being negative is something that's natural. It happens. Actually acting on it, though, that is
Because that's premeditated
immoral.
murder.
It's not even that it's murder, it's you're becoming darkness to put out a darkness.
Is there not such a thing as a lesser evil?
That's what people say to justify evil.
Alright. Thank you.
What about the orcs?
I don't know about the works, thank God. That's it. Nia is content with her answer. She's gonna thank him for the
A creature must
answer,
be
and she's gonna leave.
sentient in order to be evil. Orcs are not sentient, therefore they're not evil. Therefore, this is like slaughtering cows.
There we go.
But yeah, Nia's gonna thank him for his time and go do something else.
Alright.
I want to know she's been here for like a year and a half, right?
2.
Yeah. Does the guy ever send her away? Because she does like repeatedly come to him to spend like half an hour drinking tea and asking him questions.
No, he's always happy to answer. Considering his job's to
Cool.
protect the town, and the town doesn't really need protecting, it gives him something to do.
Cool. She's been doing that with him for like every day for like 2 years, and
His favourite tea is honey shade.
well, I will be sure to brew him that sort of get it tea. Because I have crafting. Right. Well, I guess it's time to start preparing. I'm supposing Savo is going to work on triangulating the position. Nilvarius, Leuven, and I are going to start working on the circle, or are we going to split into 2 people to triangulate the
Well-
location, 2 people to work in the circle?
We need to get lead,
True, we do need to get lead.
and to get lead, we might need to go back once more to the first town.
Wait, you need lead? This town has lead. This town has a fuck
they
ton
have
of
lead.
lead. Yes!
Oh,
Can we
I'm gonna
buy
tell you that we
lead?
need lead.
remember when
buy
you
lead
first
for cheap.
remember when you first asked what materials they have?
Yeah. Okay.
It's lead,
I see.
really?
Yep.
Well, you said they have nothing useful. You didn't say they have
Nothing.
Yeah.
lead.
Nothing useful. Crap tons of lead.
Okay, so we take some lead off their hands.
Some?
The ship full.
Yeah. Finally, they're gonna get this sell this fucking lead, huh?
And I guess we sail off to in the direction where we assume the ritual needs to be set up. If everyone's okay with that.
Unlike the next day, he says he's on that Navarius is going to attempt a sending spell, and he's going to say the specific words of, "Where are you, Kevin? Are you okay?" Does that sound reasonable to ask? Because I am legitimately concerned about Kevin's safety. But it's innocuous enough that he might be able to respond, and it doesn't rise any sort of hostile action. Is that reasonable? Before I actually follow through with it.
I think it's reasonable.
He's asking Nia and Sabo as well what they think before he follows through.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that sounds fine. For
All right.
Kevin.
All right. Do you want me to actually put that in the block to support the cast?
What was the words?
I was just gonna ask, where are you, Kevin? Are you okay?
Okay, Kevin.
Where am I, James?
You are currently on top.
Nice.
Actually,
Oh, you would.
you are on top of a mountain in some sort of draconic town. It's not even a town. It's like a town, fake town that's been built to house components inside of them. But the entire mountain structure is basically a cylinder of draconic engineering. There's a giant blue dragon that keeps flying by on occasion.
Interesting. And given all of the negative conditions that I have, like I'm assuming I still have a
Those
lot
have worn
those.
off.
They've all worn off.
Yeah, you were sick for like an hour, and then the Asimar walked over, slapped you on the back, and you felt great again.
Awesome. Alright, so
Other than that, you pretty much spend most of your time outside of Yesla's little dome, where she sleeps. There's pixie dust constantly being sprinkled throughout the domes.
do they tell me at all what that's for?
It's for keeping it incapacitated.
Ah, okay.
If you
So
interrupt
it
it,
would
we
be-
kill you.
Yeah, no, we're gonna just quietly be over here.
Alright.
So reasonable response would be
They're as long as they stay out of my way. It's not he better has it's a better thing that they are beneath him and they are not worth his attention. If they actively get in his way, then that's a different story.
You can respect that.
They're not worthy of his attention.
As long as he understands why she hates them.
Yeah, he doesn't actively interfere with you.
As long as the
going through
racists
with
are
it.
not racist towards me, there's no problem with them.
Not exactly that kind of that philosophy, but I understand where you would draw why you would think that about Nil. I can accept that rationale about why you would think that way about him. If you're gonna be racist in your own mind. Don't say shit to me.
Spectacular. It's already like a family dinner.
Alright. So, Kevin, you get the sending?
alright. Kevin would reply back.
Remember, 25 words. 25 or less.
Yeah. I'm on top of that mountain you saw with Yesla. I'm safe.
Okay. Hoping that he would get a hint and give more specific information, but I'll take it.
Well, you can always just
You hope for
ask
too much
again,
from
huh?
Kevin.
No, I think if I did it a second time, that would arouse more suspicion. Just me asking if he's okay doesn't sound like we're trying to do anything. It's just checking in on to make sure that he's okay. So it needs to be. I figured it just needs to be innocuous enough that it won't arise suspicion.
Well, you can wait a certain amount of time to make it not look as suspicious. That should work.
All right, I'm happy with that.
Also, it's not like Kevin exactly knows where he got taken to either.
You could have found out about it in the meantime.
That's true.
But
You
it's
could
okay.
have.
It's okay. It's okay.
Likely,
It's
but
okay. I know it's below Kevin's mental capacity to think that far ahead, but just saying.
Wow.
You finally understand.
We
At
have
last,
only one.
you are part of the team.
That's
We have
right.
only one spot
No, those are
we
no
can reach.
It's like internal, like intrusive thoughts.
Yeah, fair enough. We have only one spot where the ritual could be that we can reach, so we might as well go there.
true. So we buy a shit ton of lead, get as much resources as possible to start working on the stuff on the circle on the trip, and then we go. Is that the plan?
Yeah, I think we probably need to do a little research about how we're going to conduct this ritual. But I think me and Lubin can figure something simple like this out.
Well, you'll have plenty of time while we're sailing away, because we don't exactly have. We need to find a way to put it and set it up, so we don't have too much time to waste.
All right, let's do it.
Alrighty.
Calcular. You've got a plan.
So, who is primarily navigating?
I am.
Alright, make me the survival check. Or
I'm
the
gonna use my
ship
current sheet for this
navigators.
for now. Because I'm gonna work in the sheets later if it's okay.
That's
Like after the
okay.
session, if you're
You'll
gonna be
still
free.
have proficiency in it.
Yeah. Alright, so Nautic Law 31. Is that enough? Does anyone like would anyone like +5?
I would suggest +5ing. Just because the DC is based on how far away the location is, and this is quite far.
Okay. Does it make sense? I will +5, but also I do have some free time. Would it make sense if I spend half a day helping navigate?
It could
Has
not
to be an
hurt.
action.
In fact, I would encourage it.
I will do that. Should I roll? Should I pick up also nautical law and roll that as well?
Yep. Yep, that's a success for passing it.
Yeah, spent an inspiration.
Alright. So, you've plotted a path. Now, do you want to take the direct route, or the slightly indirect but slightly safer route?
We don't have time. We take the
Don't
direct
think we
route.
have the time to waste. Yeah.
Alright, traveling fast, casual, or slow?
Fast.
Is everyone okay with fast? I think that's better for us in the moment, even if it's riskier.
Alright.
I would have also picked up materials in the town, like wood and stuff, James.
Yep.
Everything that I think Saba would need for a long-term voyage in case we had suffer damages. Is that alright?
Buying wood from this place is dirt cheap. I'm just applying for stuff from the budget at the moment.
No, yeah, I'm just like I would have asked T-Rain, for example, for how much of what's whatever stuff to buy.
Yeah. It's just been a while since he's refreshed the amount of wood in the ship, so I'm just applying that. Alright. In that case... Alright. Just measuring out the distance so that I know how many dice I need you guys to roll.
I'm assuming it's gonna be 15.
Fast, we roll more dice. Oh, actually, or not. It's the same as normal. Remember.
We're going fast. You were going careful.
We're going fast because we need to get there fast. I'm prepared to spend some inspirations to reroll some ones. If we get like tier 2 and tier 3 negatives. Well, tier 3 negatives.
That makes sense.
Alright. Can I get each of you to
Okay.
roll me 13d10?
Yep, I figured.
Exciting.
Here you go.
Oh, there's a 10.
Nice.
I
These
got
are
a 10
scaled,
and
so
no ones.
1s and 10s are valued much higher.
Oh yeah, and you got both a 10 and a 1.
Yeah.
You should re-roll the ones. If you're willing to get to waste inspiration since they're valued higher.
I think we can keep one level of 1 and maybe we don't do the level 2 negatives.
Okay, then
Roll,
re-roll.
Kevin, roll.
Does that?
Roll, Kevin, roll.
Sorry, I wasn't sure if that included me. Give me a second.
Gosh darn it, Kevin.
Yes.
No, 1 out of 10.
Alright.
Alright, good. Can I roll the 10s?
You can roll the
Just
10s.
three-
Nilvaris,
three
roll
10s.
the 1s.
Here's the 10s. I got no extra or anything, but close.
I'm sorry, what am I
Oh.
doing?
Rolling 3D
Roll
ones.
3 more d10s.
Yeah, 3D 10s.
Don't roll 1.
Oh, cool.
There's a 10 in there.
Cool, that neutralizes that one.
Okay. Do we want to reroll Nias to try to get a 10?
I'm not gonna burn any inspirations, but I'm willing to reroll if you'd like me to. You don't have to add today's inspiration. Cool. You want me to reroll any of them?
Do 1 for me. I'll let
Alright.
everybody else reroll more if they want.
Go 1d10. 2. I don't think that's better. So let's keep the 7.
Okay.
Alright. James, I think that's it.
Alright.
77984. Or 72984, depending on how you do the full numbers.
Okay, current spending balance has been liquefied. Well, sorry, not liquefied. Has been spent to purchase the lead. For each lead that you purchase, you're likely to make, what is that, 10 times the value? A bit over 10 times the value?
Assuming we. Okay. Assuming our plan works, right?
Yep.
Is that gonna be enough for
Just 10
our
times.
expenses?
Lead is valued at 1/10 of gold.
Okay.
It's about the same as silver.
And so we're gonna make about 10 times, right?
A bit over 10 times.
Is that gonna be enough to cover our expenses?
Oh, yes. Yeah. You get to skip the whole most of the ingredients because the ingredients usually paying the price for the essence infusion into the actual lead to turn into gold. Because you get to skip that step because you're relying on their magic for it. It's so much cheaper.
Okay,
It's
but
sort of thing that we can
about
only do once in a lifetime, right?
about the lead into gold, we have very good relations in that town, and they have fuck ton of lead that they don't know what to do with.
Yes. That's why you guys got a 28%
So shouldn't we have-
discount.
So
That's
we
why I
should have
said
a
it's
better
over
than
10.
over 10. Okay. Okay. Well, hope we make $1 million out of this at least.
That would be pretty cool. I am hopeful. Optimistic almost.
If everything goes well, it'll be approximately 800,000.
Every time someone acts happy about how much money we're potentially gonna make out of this, Mia surges out of the shadow expecting more compliments. And I do mean every time.
Alright. So the next session will be starting with the encounters.
Yeah then.
We're ending here.
Yep, this is a good spot to end it just before the start